What's up, guys? Welcome back to the studio. Oh, wrong camera. So I'm not going to do the whole intro thing on this one, but we're back at the studio, and this is the first series of videos we'll be doing on the new PRC plate carrier. This has been a project a long time coming. This really was coming about the last year. When COVID hit, we were right ready to roll. We saw a need for the civilian market as well as the law enforcement market. 2020 showed, I feel, from many of my friends in law enforcement around the country, that what the departments were issuing the officers just wasn't going to cut it. There was a lot of need for modularity, a lot of need for medical, gas, bio, etc. And the plate carriers that were out were either very high-end mill soft side, or just simply weren't cutting it in the what the department was issuing them in their basic active shooter type plate bags and a strap of the shoulder and around the waist. So we went to work, and I wanted to build a plate carrier that was, number one, comfort driven, 2, value added, 3, purpose driven for the active everyday patrolman, patrolwoman, as well as armed citizen. Anybody who just wanted to have a plate carrier that they could scale on their own over time, or buy one time, one location, and have some modularity to it. So the PRC was what we came up with. And today I'm going to show you guys some of the things we've changed that came from my knowledge and my experience in wearing a plate carrier, in other data that we collected from LEOs across the country who helped beta test this product, and really kind of how the PRC complements our MSP and MC placards, our AMP XL, and the MGB modular gas mask bag. These all components will allow you to scale, and it gives you some very different modularity in regards to having full ammunition system set up, or maybe it's more of a admin storage type setup. It gives you really a way to set this thing up to whatever particular parameters you feel you need. We've been in business now for 10 years. You know, Kydex was our main game. We started doing nylon about 7 years ago now. Belts, K9, and we've evolved in the soft goods. All of our products are built here. We design these products in-house and then have them assembled and built here. So a lot of these products are already in stock, ready to ship when you guys hit the website. So let's talk about what the PRC is. So the PRC is a 2-plate bag system. It separates just like so from as a traditional plate bag. If you'll notice, the plate bags themselves, the yoke is much, much wider than some of the other plate carriers in the market. That's one of the first areas we looked at in regarding comfort. We started testing these plate bags with HESCO 210s. We got these from PP Solutions here in Salt Lake. Josh owns the Farm Training Center as well. He also owns PP Solutions. They are a HESCO dealer, so if you are local here in Utah, or anywhere in the country for that matter, and you need HESCO plates, Josh is a great solution for that. They're on his website. Quick service, quick turnaround. They're physically in stock at his shop, and you guys can get whatever plates you guys need in regards to on his website. So the shooter's cut is the plate that we kind of built these for, medium size. And again, we kind of focused on the LE world in regards to 10 by 12 plate sizing, or 10 by 12-ish plate sizing. We didn't do ESAPI where we're doing medium, large, extra large plates. That may change in the future once we kind of settle the dust and see what's what in regards to customers who are buying mediums or larges or extra larges in plates. In my experience and the data that I collected, not many agencies are offering specific sized plates to individual officers in regards to active shooter type kits. So again, that's something that if they're issuing plates, they are a standard uniform 10 by 12 plate or similar in such size. So when we built the plate bag, we looked at a few things where if you had a plate carrier in the past, your tail of your plate carrier went down and around, and not allowing you to use the front insert of the carrier bag. So this tail comes from the rear forward. And the reason that is done is allows you to tuck and stow your plate carrier accessories, as far as your MGM gas mask bag, your AMP XL, etc. So when you look at putting your plate in the bag, you now, instead of taking your Velcro accessory going on the front of the plate carrier like so, and then doing your Velcro cummerbund over the top here, that's just one less layer of Velcro you guys have to deal with, right? So when you pull this off, you got to reattach it, and your med, if you forget it, whatever case may be, that's probably not the best solution. So having this ability to keep this to your plate carrier at all times is an option for you. There is another product coming very soon that will allow you guys to detach these from the carrier, and I'll give you guys more on that when it's available. But right now, what you can basically do is take your amp, load it into the plate carrier, and now the amp is secure inside the plate pocket of the vest, right? So now your mobile, your med kit, or whatever you want to use this for, storage, batteries. We don't have a ballistic panel on the internal side here. It's something that I have guys ask for breacher bags, but at the end of the day, I see a lot of guys having breacher type groin protector on their entry vests. So again, haven't really pursued that too much, but it's maybe something we'll look at based on customer feedback. So now that the amp is locked inside the plate bag, you then simply load your plate like normal. Now your flap will go back inside like so. And you now have your amp secured on the front of your carrier. This can work as well for our Amp XL, as well as the MGM gas mask bag. For a lot of you guys who were deployed during the riots, you guys didn't really have a whole lot of options in regards to stowing or carrying your gas mask bags. So this option would allow you to take your MGM gas mask bag, stow your bag like so. Same process, tuck your tail in. Now you guys can stow your gas mask as a dangler on your carrier if you wanted to. Depending on your application, right? I know Marshall saw guys when they were in Portland, it was chaos and craziness down there, right? You could take your med kit, double stack your med kit, and literally run everything like so if you wanted to. Right? You still have plenty of adhesion for your placard. I'll show you all this. Just kind of put this together for you guys. So as I mentioned before, this is basically for you to be able to scale as you wish in the components. You don't have to buy them all at one time. You can stretch it over X amount of time if you're building product, but now you could technically run gas, med, and everything here, right? Now, getting to this stuff might be a little more difficult, but again, you guys being the professional end users will dictate and determine how this configuration sets. You could also run the setup off the rear. The rear plate bag is constructed the same way. So if you wanted to, you could take either or, take your gas or amp, whichever. You could lock it in through the bottom and have a med dangler from the rear of the bag as well, and then your cummerbund would secure here. So again, you run your gas or whatever case may be. Med in the rear may not be the best solution, but again, you're the end user, you configure it as you wish to use it. That there. The placard system for the plate carrier itself, the placard is configurable as well. You guys have always been buying these in MCPs, SPs, depending what you want to run. This one here is what our standard configuration is with the new pouch pockets. So these are basically small inserts that fit into our split front pocket design, or you can run one large one in the rear. This is the design that we did for a department in Kansas, that they wanted to have their officers have the ability to have a rifle option, pistol options, but having a admid option as well for storage. So they were able to have one single rifle mag, a dual pistol insert, one small pocket, and one medium. This is the medium pouch in the MSP here. This one here allows you to still have a width of one rifle mag. We will be adding single rifle mag inserts to the website very soon if they're not already up. So again, this configuration you could do as well. So this allows you to run anything personal admin. I just shoved in here a spare tourniquet and then a spare handheld light. I did order a Thurum Vault to see if a Thurum Vault would fit in here, which I feel very comfortable that it does. So again, if you wanted to have batteries for nods, lasers, flashlights, etc., you could stow that in here. This front pocket is a great solution for personal keys, personal wallet, etc. We'll be working on some other inserts as well to fold notepads, pens, cuff keys, just various different doodads that you guys can Velcro back to the inside of the pocket. The inside of the pocket is Velcro backed, so you guys can be very organized and in each of these pouches. So again, you have the medium, the small, and the large in the black, tan, coyote, gray, ranger green, black multicam, and multicam. So again, those are all options for you guys there. So let's go ahead and put one together here, and I'm going to show you guys how the comfort system went on the carrier and why we did what we did with the way the carrier designed. So I'm going to use this black one here. Guys, don't mind the police patch, or maybe somebody who says something about it. This is simply just a way to show guys that you could stack multiple patches on the plate carrier. So easy to get over the head, and you already notice how wide the straps are. The straps are no longer rubbing against the neck. They're actually on the skeletal structure of my body. So and that's it. So now when I adjust this carrier, I give it another snug. I feel compression through the body, but very loose through the shoulders. I don't have the compression coming down. I have the compression coming from the body. Still comfortable in breath, but I have a very easy, you guys probably see my thumb over here. I no longer have the pressure here. It's through here. And now you can see how much my t-shirt is on my collar versus the straps. There are no pads in here. We didn't feel we needed to put pads in here because it just created more bulk. But as having a slick, no buckle system right here, if I had to shoulder a rifle, I'm not having any impediment. I can get in the pocket of my shoulder here. Everything works out great there. So again, that's the reasoning behind the yoke shape system on the two shoulder straps. The shoulder strap tails, versus having a loop system and having a cover that goes over the top, the actual loop excess is tucked inside of the carrier. So as you adjust, you're just going to take the excess tail and tuck it back down into the carrier like so. So again, that's hidden away. You can still adjust if you needed to through here if you wanted to, but now we have full adhesion, no split halfway through where we may have a bump or a lump to where we have to have some kind of a sleeve to cover the shoulder straps. You know, you guys are probably going to ask me about shoulder straps. My brother and I have talked about that. Again, once this launch goes live and we get some feedback from you guys, our beta testing was with Ellie and different friends of mine around the country. Nobody had complaints in regards to wanting a shoulder strap. The first comment said, oh, it has no shoulder straps, but that's something we see a lot in almost every carrier made in the market. This one here doesn't need, because if I had shoulder straps, I might have a higher ride of the padding, therefore now I have some rubbing in the neck, but right now I have zero rub on the neck, and I still have quite a bit of space. If I had a kind of a yoked out neck, that would be something there. I did send this to a friend of mine who's fairly stout, no issue there whatsoever. So again, that's that there. With the wavy, let's talk about the cummerbund now. So cummerbund is a little different. I'm gonna put this one on so you guys can just kind of see it on. That's another area that we looked at. When we put the cummerbund onto the carrier, something I noticed is that if I wanted to have product on the outside of the carrier, I needed to make sure that you guys could use it in the position that it was on the carrier, and then in a position that it wasn't kind of like, oh, half the pouch is covered here or half the pouch is covered in the rear. You guys had your cells on the side of your body, so you could use them as is. If you'll notice on this multicam carrier, the cell shoes are different lengths, right? So what this is instead of giving you a fixed cell, these are our modular cells. So we have a basically blue radio here, and that's in our longest cell right here. This allow you to adjust, and you'll get a package of these in your cummerbund. These are all different lengths. There's 8 total. So this shoes into, Velcros into your cummerbund. So now what allows you to do is control ride height of a longer item. So if you wanted to kind of make this radio sit down further, maybe you're a female torso and you want this thing not to kind of stick you in the side boob, you literally can just adjust the length, shove it back down in the cummerbund, and have a slightly deeper ride in regards to your product. Now, these, with them being adjustable, when you pass them through, you might catch an edge, but these are products that aren't designed to be drawn, removed constantly. These are storage systems. So again, you guys can now run that ride height in different lengths. So if you wanted a pistol mag, a rifle mag, I should say pistol, but rifle. Now again, you have a different ride height in regards to your rifle mag and radio. So you can adjust that in each side, and the shoes will remove, and then you'll get your different heights. So you'll be able to mix and match for whatever you want to put in the side of the cummerbund. So now we have a magazine that's very tight to up front and still having a 3 o'clock position for that second cell and ability to get to the third cell if we had something back there, for example. So again, when you look at the cummerbund, you'll notice that the cummerbund has these 2 small cells right here, right? When we started working with the cells and I started playing with them, it was something that when you adjusted the cummerbund, either giving for a smaller stature person, tightening up the rear, the cells shifted. So by keeping one cell split, it allowed us to take the edge of the first cell, line it up on the outside edge of the carrier, like so, and give you ability to overlap this other side, and giving you this single one cell. Maybe, I don't know what you might want to use it for, but you could do a lot of things with that. Maybe it's a law enforcement guys, maybe it's a bang, maybe, I don't know what you guys use on tool-wise, but now your cells for your for your 3 are center line of the body, and you can actually use those 3 cells. And again, as I mentioned, being able to get to the third cell and it not being all the way back behind the plate carrier, right? So again, that's the reason why when you look at these cummerbunds, that there will be 3 cells and 2 cells. The tabs, these are not Ranger tabs. Me personally, when Ranger tab comes on stuff, I cut them off or I try to pull the bungee off, whatever, I end up snipping them. It was just something that I didn't feel was needed. These are simply just pull tabs to open that pocket to help reinsert whatever you want to stow in there, and that's it. It's very simple. They are not for Ranger tabs, they're simply just for you to let something in there and get in that pocket. So again, that really does not deter from retention, because again, once that compression's on there and how deep and how you can adjust these pockets, I don't think you're gonna have to have an issue with the cummerbund not having a Ranger tab. Laser cut molly. So a lot of you guys, body cams. So what we did was put a box of laser cut molly right here in the front of the carrier. So you guys can run your Axums, body cameras, whatever case may be. You guys can stack multiple pouches. If you had something you guys want to use, custom patch. These are 3 by, I want to say 3 by 4 1/4 maybe, but they fit. So if you kind of have that option there, but again, it gives you ability to run that smaller name tape, whatever. You still could do cuff keys. You could do comm storage through here if you wanted to. You still have a lot of option in the 2 slotted positions here. Back, slightly wider, 3 1/4 inch tall back panel here. So again, if you ran a standard police patch across the rear, you still have some room to run a standard 1 inch, 1.5 inch type, either large name tape, we even looked at doing some glow stick options for low light training. You could do blood types. Again, it's modular. Build it how you want, put on there what you want, it's your choice, right? So the color combinations, these will come in, multicam, black, gray, black multicam, and of course, Ranger green. So guys, plate carriers just hit the site. We're excited. You guys have been waiting for a long time for this. It's RDRGear.com. The PRC carrier are live. Swing by and check it out. Be well, take care.